Hello everyone, hello. This year is dedicated to Ili Nishmas Rachalea Bas Reb Chaim Tzvi. We're in the middle of the Chafetz Chaim's Hakdama to the Sefer Avas Chesed, his foreword. He's explaining why he wrote the Sefer. And the Chafetz Chaim is emphasizing the importance of Gemilas Chasadim and B'chesed V'emes Yichu Paravam. That with Torah, he explained Torah and Chesed, one receives kapara for one's averos. These are like the main two things a person should be involved in. And he quotes the Chazal that the Chesed can even replace karbanos in this regard. Torah and Gemilas Chasadim to help us get kapara for our averos. The Chafetz Chaim, I mentioned last week, quotes this several other places. I wanted to mention one of the places in Cheluk Beis, Perek Yud Beis. The Chafetz Chaim quotes this idea again. And the whole Perek there is about Torah and Gemilas Chasadim. How these are the two most important things you have to be involved in. And the Chafetz Chaim there emphasizes an interesting idea that many of the Chazals that we know that emphasize the importance of Torah every day also emphasize the importance of Chesed every day. And he talks about Torah and Chesed. So in that context, over there, the Chafetz Chaim quotes an absolutely fascinating Gemara from Masechah Shabbos, Daf Kuf Daled. And the Gemara there talks about things we can learn from the Aleph Beis. The Gemara says, Asu Dardikei Ha'idna Lebei Medrasha. Children came to the Beis Medrash. And they said Chidushin that weren't even said from Hamid Yeshua ben Nun. Little children learned the Aleph Beis. And the Gemara describes they were developing ideas from the Aleph Beis itself. So first we have to understand that in Hebrew, the names of the letters actually spell out words. Like in English, the letter A is spelled, I guess, A. The letter B is spelled probably B or B. I don't know if you spell it. A C is just a C. In Hebrew, the letter Aleph is, when you sound it out, is Aleph. Aleph Lamed Pei. And the letter Gimel is Gimel. Gimel Mem Lamed. Gimel. Dalis. Daled Lamed Taf. So the letters spell out the words. So the children in the Beis Medrash try to derive lessons from the letters of the Aleph Beis, and it's pointed out as follows. First of all, the letter Aleph. So Aleph is Aleph Lamed Pei. So if you're familiar with Aramaic and you learn Gemara, so the root Lamed Pei means to learn. When the Gemara wants to say that he learned this out from here, Yalifle, he learned it out from. The root Lamed Pei means to learn. So Aleph means to learn. Beis, the Talmidim said the letter Beis stands for Bina. Bina refers to Torah. So Aleph Beis is a remez to learn Torah. Gimel Daled. So again, Gimel is Gimel Mem Lamed. We know Gimel Mem Lamed is the word Gomel. Gomel Chesed. Gemilas Chasadim. So the letter Gimel spells out the word Gomel. Gimel Mem Lamed. To perform acts of Chesed. Dalid, or Dalis. Dal, what is a Dal? Somebody who is poor. That when you perform acts of Chesed, we'll discuss during the Sefer, to help somebody who's poor is even greater. So Aleph Beis Gimel Dalid means to Aleph Beis Gimel Dalid means to learn Torah, and perform acts of Chesed. And it's incredible. Literally, the Aleph Beis of life is learn Torah and do Chesed. And that Ma'amer Chazal, of course, fits beautifully with Chafetz Chaim's presentation here, that he's trying to emphasize the importance of Chesed. It's like Torah. Aleph Beis Gimel Daled, Aleph Bina, learn Torah. Gimel Dalis, perform acts of Chesed for somebody who is poor. Well, I just wanted to show you this idea. I'm going to want to show it to you. The Aleph Beis Gimel Daled, also because we can learn a lesson from how the letter Gimel and Daled are actually shaped. So first we see the Aleph Beis Gimel Daled, Aleph Bina. Aleph Bina Gimel Dalet, learn Torah and do Chesed. Mamash, it's amazing. The Aleph base of life is to learn Torah and do Chesed. And then the Gemara goes on and discusses the shape of the Gimel and the Dalet. And it's fascinating. The shape of the Gimel and the Dalet, you have the Gimel, and the leg of the Gimel faces towards the Dalet. You know, when Hebrew was developed, it could have, when the way you read Hebrew was developed, they could have had the Gimel the opposite way, the leg pointing away. No, the letter of the Gimel faces the Dalet. Very interesting. Why is that? Number two, notice that the main body of the Dalet faces away from the Gimel. You know, this is the main part of the Dalet, it faces away from the Gimel. And there's this little smidgen of the Dalet